Sacred Heart School, Understanding My Community, Module 4, Sarah Von Felt. Customs and Tradition. Our school has been around for over 110 years, and the makeup of our school, of the students right now, some of our students are in the fourth and fifth generations of the people who have gone to our school. Some of the customs and traditions that we have is we have a monthly basketball challenge that the students just love, and it's been going on for many years. We do have muffins for mom and donuts for dads to get them involved in our school. We also are a very service-oriented school. We do a lot of charities and service projects. Some of those include Operation Christmas Child, in which we package presents for children all around the world and send them off to them. Pennies for Patients and Jump Rope for Heart. We also participate in with our public school in a lot of functions, and some of those are the homecoming and the veteran recognition, in which we celebrate veterans that are in Plainville, and we do a big presentation for them. Our town demographics, our population is about 1,700 people, so it's a really, really small town. The occupations that most of the people in Plainville do are Brooks County Health, which is our local hospital, the USD 270, which is our public school, and then we have retail trade, and most of those are small homegrown businesses. Our race in Plainville is 95% white or non-Hispanic. We do have a 4% Hispanic population, 1% foreign born. And the median age of our residents are about 34 years old. Most of our residents are people who have grown up in this community, and then their children go off to college, and then they return back to their small town. Our school demographics for Sacred Heart is our population of our school is pre-K 3-year-olds through fifth grade, and we have about 59 students. Gender is basically split in half. We have 28 girls and 31 boys. I told you our school is really small. We only have a total staff and faculty of 11 members, and 6 of those members are our teachers. Educational attainment for our school is most of our Sacred Heart students graduate from high school and go on to college or technical schools. So we have a high percentage of our students going on with their education. And usually at least one student from Sacred Heart will be valedictorian or salutatorian at the public high school each year. Our communication, school-wide, we do have a website and a Facebook page. We do have a parent notification. It's our ADT, in which we send out all of our notifications, such as school closings or be on the lookout for, or any changes that we have in the daily schedule. We also do have a newsletter that we send out, and we have a parish bulletin that we put a lot of our information for our school in. The Home and School also has a newsletter that they send out to the parents, and we do mass mailings. The teachers, usually when they want to communicate with parents or others in the community, we do email, a lot of emailing and texting. Since we are a small community, we know everybody in the school, so you usually have everybody's text and phone number. A lot of our communication is also in person. Some of our classes do have newsletters, and some classes have notification systems. My particular favorite is the Remind system, and I send out reminds to my parents concerning upcoming tests or upcoming reports that my students need to send back to school. Our community groups connected with the school. We do have a home and school that meets once a month and our parents to show up. Since we are a Catholic school, we do have a lot of church groups, such as the Knights of Columbus, Daughters of Isabella, Moms Through Prayer. that spend a lot of time in our school and help us with our community events. And then also, like I said, as we're a small school, our whole school is a community group. We don't have any school groups. The whole school just participates in everything. Our leadership for our school, for the local, it's our pastor. Our pastor makes the final decision on everything. And then we do have a superintendent, but that is a diocesan wide superintendent. And he resides over an hour and a half away. So he does come and visit every now and then, but most of it is our local. And we do have a principal who is here 2 days a week. And so our head teacher handles a lot of what is going on in our school. We do have community partnerships with the Rooks County Grant Foundation, the Dane G. Hansen Foundation, and local businesses such as the hospital or any of our local community businesses, because of this community. Almost all of our businesses either donate time or money or products to our school, so it is very homegrown with our leadership. Our economic conditions in Plainville, the median household income is about 53,000, which is actually an increase in the last couple of years. We do have a low poverty level of only 4.42%, and that is a decrease. Our median property value is 95,000, with 69% of people owning homes. We do have a lot of people that have moved into our community because of our low property value, and then they will drive to other towns, especially our largest town of Hayes, which is about a 30-minute drive. So it's not that far away for people to drive. So we do have a really big influx of people moving into our town. Most of the occupations in our town is healthcare. We do have a fairly large hospital um, for such a small town. It's um, a Brooks County wide, so it's a county-wide hospital, but it's based in Plainville. We also have a lot of oil field work. A lot of our parents work in the oil field or they have something to do with the oil field. And our next one is education, because we have two schools and we have a lot of the families, our parents, in education. Our political structure, we do have a mayor that is elected. We do have a city clerk and administrator that works with the mayor. The mayor is not what you consider a full-time mayor. They do mostly run the meetings, and they do do some political activation, but the city clerk does a lot of the running of our town. And we do have a city commission with 6 members. I didn't put on there, but we also have a county commission that works in our political structure. Social tensions. We really don't have a lot of social tensions in our town. It's a pretty close knit group. If we did have to have a social tension, I guess it would be between the private and public school. Last year, we did lose our 6th grade because in this area, 6th graders get to play sports, and it was just too hard for the 6th graders to be involved in sports without being in the public school. So that was kind of a little contention there for our town, in that losing our 6th grade here at the private school in order for them to go to the public school to participate in sports. And our other social tension is probably our preschools, because the public school just added a 3-year-old preschool, and we've had it for quite a while. So the parents trying to decide where they want to send their kids for preschool, and then later where they're going to go to school, has been a little bit of a tension in there for that. Previous community efforts. We do have new additions to the hospital. They have added in a new MRI machine, so we don't have to go to the bigger cities. We also have a new addition to our physical therapy. They just added on a whole new section of the hospital that deals with different types of physical therapy, which is a great addition to our town. We did have a bond election for that new preschool daycare facility that the public school added. Um, our recreational facilities are fairly new. We have a swimming pool that was just added not too many years ago. There was a bond issue for that, and a lot of the swimming pool is paid for through our monthly water bill, which is a little high because of it, but um, it is a free pool. So if you are from anywhere in this area, you get to go into the pool for free because it is paid through the monthly water bill. And we also do have a new community park that was added about the same time as the new swimming pool. Otherwise, we do have new businesses moving in, and these aren't local people putting them in. They are new chain stores that are starting to move into our community. Our power structure at our school, like I said, it was the pastor and the superintendent, a principal, and our head teacher, and then we have our staff and students. And I think because we are a private school, some of our more affluent or influential families also have some say, whether good or bad, in sometimes how we run things in our school. And sometimes that is a little bit of a contention that they have more say over other families, especially those that have been around and are in the fourth or fifth generations of attending this school. They do have a little bit more of a say on what goes on at the school. Multicultural issues, we have very little diversity in culture in Plainville. So there really isn't a big multicultural problem. We do observe the Christian Catholic values and holidays in our school. And even if you are not Catholic and you attend our school, you still observe those values and holidays. And we do, accept anybody who wants to attend our school. Because we are a private school, we do have a rather strict dress code that we have just instituted within the last couple of years. And that was a big problem in our school, going from what you would consider street clothes to now a dress code and having a uniform. But over the last couple of years, that problem has settled down, and most of the parents are welcoming that new dress code. Public opinion. I would think most people support the school. We do have a small segment that worries about money. We are a non-tuition school, so it is done either through donations or tithing to the church. Our non-Catholics do pay a small fee to attend, but otherwise we don't have a tuition. The teachers are known and respected in this community because they are from this community. Most of them went to school here, grew up here, or are from surrounding towns. So they are respected quite readily. Um, I do think we need more community commitment sometimes at the school. Um, we do have a lot of commitment, but I think sometimes the our private school gets a little less commitment than our public school does. From weaknesses to strength, the slides that had the fewest bullets was the multicultural issue, and that is because we don't have a diverse community, and the what we consider the non-white, non-Hispanics that we do have, they fit right into the community, and they've been here for since they were little, so there is no contention there. Social tensions, it was the other slide. And the schools and families have learned to work together, both schools and families that are within both schools. How would you turn these weaknesses into strengths? The multicultural issue, we still discuss the multicultural groups, um, and have workings with them. So we have a little, it's not really a strength, it's just a lack of having the diversity. And our social tensions, we have a lot of families that have children attending both schools or have something to do with both schools. So um, there really isn't a lot of tension there because both schools do work together. For the most part, our schedules are aligned. We do activities together, so we do have a lot of strength going into that problem. The correlation. This module correlated to the PLO by allowing me to research the community I live in. I was able to study the strengths and weaknesses that this community has. Relevancy. This module was relevant because when I become principal of this school, Sacred Heart, I will need to be able to understand the inner workings of this community. Studying its demographics, its political system, and the many economic situations of Plainville will help me deal more comfortably with the community itself. And my reflection, completing this module helped me learn more about the community I live and work in. Even though I have taught in this community for many years, over 20, I've only lived here for 5. Studying and researching for these slides have made me more appreciative of the wonderful community